Yo, what is going on, guys? So I wanted to talk to you real quick about today's trading. Went ahead and got some more Tradovate accounts. We're at 1.2 million. Again, still in the evaluation, but we took them all to 3048. So, did pretty well today on those NQ drops. It just continued to melt. It really respected price action nicely, so we were just able to stay in that move. Also, after I finished the Master of the Game, Money Tony Robbins, now I'm reading this, which I've already read before and listened to multiple times, audiobook, but I just want to continue to hone in on my psychology, keep getting it going, continue to kind of master myself, journal, do more deep work. Got some stuff on the vision board that I've been putting up. So there's a lot that's been taking place. It looks like we're moving, you know what I'm saying, at this turtle pace. But one thing I'll tell you about this profession is it looks like that until it isn't anymore. And then the payouts, and then those become increasingly more and more and more. You have to play by these rules in order to use other people's money, in order to dive into the opportunity to use leverage. And if you're not going to be using, 5, 10, even 1,000 of your own money or whatever, which I have done, which I am doing simultaneously, I'm also still, messing with these Apex, things like that, just prop, firms, because there's money to be made. So doesn't look super, exciting. What I was going to say and what I said yesterday, and then I lost my train of thought at the end. And for those of you who watched yesterday, thank you. And those who are watching this, obviously, thank you. You mean the most to me, really. The fact that you're taking time to take any time out of your day to watch this video. So thank you. Number two, it was just, if we're all going to the same place, that's what I was going to say. And you've heard me say that before. If we're all going to the same place, you have to start thinking backwards. You got to start thinking, well, what do you want to achieve? What does that look like? What is it going to take? What does that person's persona look like? What does he or she do on the weekends? What does he or she do on a day-to-day basis, on the weekday? What work is done, XYZ, right? Then you're able to create the vision in your brain, what you need to be doing. When you look deep enough, have an inkling, have an idea of, I think I do know what that would look like. You may not know all the intricate details, and you'll stumble upon the right things, but when you start to stack, great habits, organization, getting up earlier in the morning, meditating, journaling, and you're really like, know exactly how I feel right now. You really know yourself is when breakthroughs happen. And I know that when you think about the opposite, there's either Charlie Munger or it was Warren Buffett said, think about all the ways that you will, be, impoverished. You could be poor. You will have no money. You will have no savings, and do the opposite. So think about that. Think about how profound, so easy, but how profound that is. Think about all the things, and it might be like, oh, everything I'm doing now because I don't have any money or whatever. That might be your situation. If that's the case, that's the switch that you have to make. But you can start to think you're smart enough. You are, but you're not giving yourself the time of day to come up with an idea, to journal, to what am I so passionate about? What am I really after? And then remember that you have, You know that Instagram calendar thing? I might get one. I'm saying it now, and I might get one. Those are very interesting, but it really opens your eyes where it shows you like your 20s, your 30s, your 40s, your 50s, your 60s, your 70s. God willing, you're able to live that long, and then past that 80s, 90s, and then to your hundreds. It shows you, and it breaks it down into the week. It's like the week calendar thing. And so you look at it and you're like, well, how many more summers do I have? How many more weeks do I have? How many more? And when you start looking at that through that lens, you start going, I'm not going to wait any longer to make that flyer, to push my business, to, call that guy or girl, to whatever. Like, stop waiting. I've realized that a long time ago, and that's why now I am doing arguably one of the hardest things you can possibly do, and you will see me fail and fail probably a couple more times for sure before the big withdrawals, and then the consistency, the profitability that is ongoing and ever flowing. But as I've told you from the beginning, as I'll tell you again, for my kids, for my wife, for my parents, for my brothers, this is to see me in my prime. I say it like that because not because I go, I don't think I'm in it. I know I'm in it. I just don't think I'll ever get out of it because I'm always looking to progress towards something else. I'm always trying to read another book. I realize the power of knowledge and what it can do for me and my loved ones, having that information and nobody taking the time to sit down, read a book, open it, grab the value you need, and apply, more importantly. Not just, that was a great book. Okay, you can read, all the novels you want for that. You're reading nonfiction, self-help, organization, productivity books. Use it. Try to apply it. Make systems, and I know that in order to achieve $100 million in trading, that's my level of attention to detail has to, I'm at the floor. And I feel like I'm detailed, and it's going to have to become even more. And in the financial markets, know a little bit about everything, be niched, know very, very well about what's happening in the markets I'm trading in, but really, really be dialed in and always looking for information and realize that I don't know everything, and being able to not let my greed or fear or anything like that get the best of me. So these are the things that I want you guys to focus on. Hopefully you guys are also taking your weekends, and when you have time off, to at least give your future self the ability to improve on your current state so your future self can thank you for it, instead of partying and drinking and clubbing and all that stuff. And there's nothing wrong with that, but that needs to be far and in between, and those are meant to be used to celebrate, levels of achievement. And so when it's time to, party, it's time to party. But it's very rare that it happens, not because success and or wins are not happening. It's just act like you've been there. You go enjoy yourself. More importantly, put yourself around the people that mean the most to you. And you can do that in the confinements of your own home. And you don't need to be flexing or buying tables or anything like that. That I don't want to be clipped, a year from now or sooner than that and be like, you have a table or you have this car, or you have I'm not saying I don't enjoy the things that the monetary side of trading allows you to be able to acquire or have or whatever. But what I am saying is you also need to take care of your own, take care of your family, take care of the people you love. This is by no means financial advice or me telling you what you are or aren't supposed to do with your money, but you're going to feel a hell of a lot better when you feel like you're leaving something behind, and not just, I made a bunch of money, but I also spent it just on me. So nobody else but me got to experience the Lamborghini and the jets and this and the that. Don't do that to yourself. So, sorry guys, my computer keeps going on, or on and off. But that is all for today. Say it with me if you know it. You are uniquely different. God took his time on you. You are one of one. If nobody told you today, I love you so much. Peace.